Hey everyone, this is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I go live Tuesday mornings at 8:30 to show you either fun new products or techniques or cards that I've been making. And so today is no different. I am going to show you a fun technique using Stampin' Up's an embossing folder and some retiring stamp sets. Now the reason that I started making this card was because I held a class recently and someone asked how to stamp on an embossing folder. Good morning, Trudy. Thanks for popping in today. So I thought that I would share this technique with you and give you an opportunity to get this embossing folder before it retires next week. May 3rd is the last day to get any retiring products, and a lot of them now are while supplies last. This particular folder, the Woodland embossing folder, is on sale for $7.65, and just this morning I checked and it is still available. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for popping in. So I am going to show you the card and how it went together and go from there. So just hang on while I pop the camera down real quick and we'll stamp. There you go. All right, so the three retiring products I'm going to be using are Stampin' Up's Woodland embossing folder. And this has been around for a number of years, and it is oh so fun. It really lends itself well to masculine cards and even holiday cards. So that's a good one to have in your arsenal. The next retiring stamp set I'm going to be using is the Butterfly Gala. I've been needing some Thinking of You cards, and I'm using the You've Been on My Mind. This has a coordinating duet butterfly punch that is retiring, so maybe you'll want to look at that as well. I know, Barbara, that folder is really fun, and you've gotten a chance to try this technique, so that's awesome. The other stamp set that we'll be using is the Winter Woods, the tree from that, and this stamp set is also retiring. So things are while supplies last or through May 3rd, so be sure to check online and see what's still available. Some of the items are up to 60% off, so get what you need before they're gone. All right, so those are the stamp sets. I've got it all ready to go, and I guess I need to show you the card that I created with that. It uses a balmy blue base, a basic white cardstock piece measuring 5 1/4 by 4, and then a strip for the sentiment that measures 5 1/4 by about 1/2 inch. The other things we're going to be using are Stampin' Up's one of the blending brushes, the balmy blue ink, Old Olive ink, and Night of Navy ink. So let's get started. Now I should say that I in no way invented this technique, and you'll find a lot of examples online. I just wanted to share this with you so you could try this at home if you haven't previously seen it. Now the key to stamping on an embossing folder is to look at your folder, and mine is pretty worn off, but this has the Sizzix is on the front. So when you open it, you'll want to do all of your stamping and inking on the side that has the Sizzix on it. And you'll also want to pay attention to the orientation of the trees. Mine is a little bit older, and so some of the newer ones have a different orientation to it, but I'll show you what I mean. Good morning. Thanks for joining me from Florida and for sharing. I appreciate it. Different videos will show you different ways to apply the ink, but I really liked the effect that I got with the blending brushes. So I'm going to take Stampin' Up's blending brush and just apply some of my Balmy Blue ink, and I'm just going to gently smooth it on to my embossing folder. And I know even in the video it doesn't, and in person it doesn't really look like you're putting the ink on there, but you are. And what's fun about this, good morning Patricia, what's fun about this is that, you know, it was fun to see everybody's background. Depending on how much ink you put on, everybody's turned out just a little bit differently. Good morning, Joan. You got a chance to try this technique too. I'm just showing everyone this awesome how to stamp on an embossing folder before this folder retires. So I'm still putting ink on just real gently from the pad to the brush to the embossing folder. Oh, you know what? I think I don't have any in here. All right, there. I think that's going to be good for now. And you can, and I've got lots of paper, so I can try again if I don't like the effect. But it kind of gives the look of just a nice sunny day. All right, so then we're going to get the old olive. Good morning, Sarah Mueller from Nebraska. Thanks for popping in today. So I'm going to take my tree from the Winterwood stamp set. I got to move that out of the way just a little bit. So I'll ink it up. Get some ink on there. Sometimes with these big stamps, I like to stamp from the top to get good coverage, but it's probably not going to matter too much with the embossing folder. So now this is where I'm going to want to look. Now the trees are going to be this way, so I want to stamp that way. I'm going to switch that around. And then I am going to, you just saw I inked that up, so I'm going to stamp right on the embossing folder. And remember, it's the side with the Sizzix on it. Good morning, Tyler. How are you today? And then I'm going to do that 2 more times. Things come in threes, odds, so. And I'm not being too particular about, I'm making a forest scene. And I'm going to put that one right here. And then I'm going to try one more tree. Okay, and I think that's good. So I'll close that up and put one more tree on here, just right about there. All right, and I'm hoping I did the orientation correctly. And it turns out that I did it upside down, but I'll still show you what, see, we all make little mistakes. Let's see. So when I'm closing this up, I'm going to be placing this, and I can see how that works on the card. I still want it down just a little bit. Before I even close the folder, I can kind of judge where it's going to be. So I can close it now, and I will be able to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now you're probably going to see a little wiggle going on as I run that through. And so I will take that out of the, and you'll see what I did. And then that's the effect that I get, even though my branches are upside down. It kind of looks like a spooky Halloween theme. But the great thing about it is that what I'll be able to do is take my piece to the sink and just run the embossing folder through water and then dry it, and I will be able to use it again. I think I'll grab a baby wipe and then I'll try it one more time just to show you exactly to make sure I get it on the right side. So this too will just help. That will clean it off just a little bit. And then normally I have a paper towel here too. So anyway, let's try it again and see if I can get the orientation right. So it is tricky. I guarantee I did this many times without fail. But let's just put the ink back on. And you can tell the other one, there wasn't a whole lot of ink. So I'll quickly apply that. And sometimes my motto when I stamp is it's only paper, so it's okay to make a mistake and try new things, and we don't always get it right on the first try. All right, so now I know that I want my trees to go here, so I am going to stamp it there. Let's get out our ink again. Everything is still here. Has anybody tried this with any other embossing folder? I know we did the dandelion embossing folder, and that was fun too. But has anybody tried it with anything else that's been fun? All right. Again, just putting 3 trees on, and then we'll be able to stamp. Thanks for bearing with me. I hope all is well in your paper crafting world and your everyday world. Little rain here in Arizona, so we're happy about that. So I am going to arrange that so I can see the trees exactly where I want them, maybe down a little bit, leaving room for the sentiment. There, we got it. All right, I will run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. Watch out for a little wiggle, and then I'll finish the rest of the card. Wiggle, wiggle, excuse me. There we go. All right. And there we have it. That's the finished product of the trees and with the branches going the correct way. I'm going to bring in the Night of Navy ink and ink up my You've Been on My Mind from the Retiring Butterfly Gala. Nice photopolymer stamp. I'll be able to see right in the middle of it. And I should show you this card. I was inspired by a card by Chris Gill, and so you can see that she stamped the deer from the Nature's Beauty stamp set in there and made it more of a winter scene, added some little glitter and some Wink of Stella. I've seen people also put cars in the background or a cabin, so some of those things would be great to use too. Now I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots to attach my sentiment to the front of the card. And that's why I love this grid paper, because I can line it up with any of the lines and have it be relatively straight. All right, then we have the linen thread. This is kind of my go-to for kind of the masculine or more masculine cards, and just it kind of adds a little, you can tell it's been a bit. I took a little vacation from stamping and just didn't get that glue dot on there. Okay, so I like to always add a little bit of baker's twine to projects, just to add a little, and wrap it around. To do that, I just start at the top and wrap it around the front and tie a bow. And the thing is, once it's not adhesived down, I don't have any, so I can move it to where I want it. Good morning. Thanks for watching from Rhode Island, Margaret. Glad you're joining us. And Lori, just little stamping on embossing folders with this wonderful Retiring Woodland embossing folder, Winterwood stamp set, and the Butterfly Gala. But this works well for any sentiment you could do. The reason I chose the You've Been on My Mind is I didn't want the sentiment to I wanted the trees to be the focal point for that. So that's why I did just that small sentiment, and I can scooch this down and put that sentiment anywhere I want. And I have a lot of people that I've been sending cards to lately that I've been thinking about. So I'm going through some health crisis. Someone else lost their dog. So these cards are always good to have on hand to give to somebody who might need a little pick-me-up. I'm just sticking some glue dots on the back. And then I will attach it to the front of my card. And if you have a lot of those already cut, you'll be able to just make quite a few more of those and have them all ready to go. So that is my quick demonstration of, you see, I did the Balmy Blue or the Night of Navy. The Night of Navy maybe sticks out just a little bit more. So I hope you've enjoyed this, even though we had to have round 2, but I always have more paper. Please let me know if you have any questions on this technique. I will have the information on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com later today, as well as some links to the store. As I checked this morning, all those 3 were still available. Thank you, Jane. Thanks for popping in and taking a peek. But let me know if you have any paper crafting questions. I will be back next Tuesday at 8:30. It's an exciting day next Tuesday, May 4th. Stampin' Up's brand new catalog goes live. So I will have some products from there. I know, Sarah, it's hard to see products go, but we'll get so many new ones. Yes, so all right. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. Have an awesome day and an awesome week, and I'll see you Tuesday. And I hope that you get some stamping done and some cards in the mail. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.